Shalom Bracha from Yerushalayim. Today we will be discussing the customs of our community regarding the counting of the HaOmer, the Sefirat HaOmer, as it is practiced in the synagogue, in the Knis. So, firstly, where in the prayer do we say the Sefirat HaOmer? We know we begin the second night of Pesach up until the night before Shavuot. It's an obligation on each individual to count Usfartem Lachem. It's a mitzvah d'Rabbanan nowadays, according to most poskim. Where do we count the HaOmer? The custom in our community has always been, and in Halab as well. It's recorded by many Hachamim that this was indeed the custom, and today it is the custom that we say the HaOmer following Kaddish Titkabbal. There are other communities which recite the HaOmer after Anan Shabbeach. That is not our custom. Our custom is after Kaddish Titkabbal. A possible reason is that Kaddish Titkabbal, as I mentioned in the videos of Tefilla Shaharit, Titkabbal represents the end of the prayer. What we read after is Minhagim. And therefore, as soon as we finish the prayer, the first opportunity we have to fulfill the mitzvah, so we count at that point. Another possible advantage to that custom is that if you wait until after Anan Shabbeach, it's possible that people will be leaving the synagogue and be missing the beracha and then find it difficult to remember to count the HaOmer that night at home. Now everybody counts the HaOmer, and the custom in our community, and again this is testified to by Yitzhak Sheba in his book and many other Hachamim, the custom of the Halabi community was always that the Kahal recites the Beracha and counts the HaOmer first, followed by the Hazan. Now, many communities do not do it that way, but it seems that this was the prevailing custom in many communities going back a long time. Even the Rabbi Yohanan in Bet HaBechira, he mentions what the Rashba writes, going back 700 years, that in the event that the Hazan says it first, what does that do for a Kahal? Do they fulfill their obligation, and can they make a beracha or not? So we see from that analysis that indeed it was the custom for the Kahal to say it first, lest they have kavanah to be Yosei de Choba when the Hazan makes the beracha, which is usually the case in the Hallel or Shofar or Megillah, and then they may get into a safek of whether they have to make a beracha or not. To avoid that, the Kahal says it first. Growing up, always in all the synagogues I prayed in Brooklyn, always the Kahal said the beracha first. If it changed today, I'm not familiar with all the synagogues. It's possible that Hachamim came in from other communities or other backgrounds and weren't familiar with our custom, but that is the custom. Finally, what do we say? How do we say the HaOmer? If you look at the Siddur, it just begins with the Beracha. And indeed, also Yitzhak Sheba writes that in our communities, in our custom in Halab, was not to say the L'Shem Yehud followed by the Pesukim. We begin with the Beracha. Now I know I've heard some people who used to pray in Sha'arei Sion, and many decades ago that Chacham Yaakov Kassin, Alav Shalom, our chief rabbi, the first night of the holiday, when the first night of the Beracha, the second night of the holiday, would get up and say the Shem Yehud and all the Pesukim and say the entire Seder of the Ketzirat HaOmer, which is not found in our Mahzurim or our Siddurim, but is found in other Mahzurim. It's possible that this was a custom he brought with him from the Kabbalists of Yerushalayim or other communities which say the Seder Ketzirat HaOmer. I understand there are maybe one or two other congregations which say the Seder Ketzirat HaOmer, which is fine. Except it's very was very insistent that we do not say the L'Shem Yehud beforehand. Indeed, even in Ades, Chacham Yosef Shayo, Yizachim Matov, told me that his father, Hakam Ezra Shayur, never said the L'Shem Yehud. And indeed, we don't have our Hazanim saying L'Shem Yehud or Hakamim before all the mitzvot, Megillah, Shofar, Ulav. The Hazanim did not have the custom to do so. Following the counting of the Omer, we say HaRahman, which is mentioning the Bet HaMikdash, followed by Lamnaseach and Bechoach, and then we continue Shir LaMa'alot and the end of Arbit as usual. Shalom, Bracha.